13's Good Day Utah.
Live from Fox 13 Studios, this is Fox 13 News at 9.
Thanks for staying with us, but if you're just joining us, here are some of the top stories we're following tonight.
Yeah, we start with new details on that wild protest in Washington Square overnight concerning people experiencing homelessness. Police say they believe their officers acted in the most humane way possible. They even had an up-to-date count on all beds available at the area shelters. There were 74 people there when they first approached the group. 17 people were arrested, 4 booked into jail, 13 were cited. Police mentioned many of these protesters were also involved in the inland port protest a few months ago. And 3 people were critically injured in a fiery crash this morning. Police say around 7:30 a Tesla ran a red light and hit another car in the intersection of North Temple and 9th West. That force of the crash sent debris flying for up to a block. A hazmat team responded because the Tesla's batteries exploded. Investigators say excessive speed was a factor in this crash.
And more snow is on the way for us along the Wasatch Front, but here's a live look from downtown Beaver on Main Street tonight. We saw some flurries this afternoon in Salt Lake, but the morning commute could be a different story. Meteorologist Breck Bolton will have your first alert forecast coming up.
New at 9, a Logan police officer is expressing gratitude to his fellow first responders after he needed to be rescued. The officer was off duty on his off-highway vehicle on a trail between Beaver Mountain and Franklin Basin when he got stuck. But thankfully, he thought enough to call for help with his police radio, and Cache County Search and Rescue came out to bring him to safety.
The Weber Fire District is investigating a house fire in Huntsville. Firefighters say when they arrived, they found a shed on fire that was threatening a nearby home. Firefighters say one firefighter was treated for smoke inhalation at the scene, but is expected to be okay.
Wendover police have arrested an Ogden couple on a slew of drug charges. Investigators say they found 44-year-old Shane Pilgrim and 27-year-old Karen Wilkinson on the 200 block of Wendover Boulevard. They had meth and other drug paraphernalia. Police say the canine officer Maverick played a pivotal role in their arrests.
In Roy, the city's first charter school broke ground this weekend. It's called Bridge Elementary. It will be a tuition-free public charter school for grades 6 through 12, rather K through 6. The program at Bridge Elementary will feature full-day kindergarten, before school care, and after-school enrichment and learning coaches. The school will open this coming August.
A Milford rodeo star came out on top last month at the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas.
Now the world's best cowboy is celebrating back here in Utah. Fox 13 photojournalist Aaron Healy takes us to the Beaver County Fairgrounds for this rodeo champion's homecoming.
It's awesome, the support I've got from Beaver County, just everybody, the support's been amazing. And
I just love to support the rides, and they're awesome, so I just wanted to come out and say hi.
What's it like next to a championship saddle like that?
It was awesome. I felt like a champion being by it.
There he goes. What an effort. What an effort. What an effort. There is nothing funner than watching this kid ride.
It's pretty awesome to watch him on TV and be like, hey, I know who that is. I think it's pretty cool, the support, hometown support. See how many people enjoy going out and watching them.
Stetson right. He'll ride anything. Watch it. Come on, Stetson. Look at him ride this bull. You're kidding me. You are kidding me right now.
my family and friends that have pushed me all year, and to finally have it pay off at the end of the year was awesome.
I think of a tax raise and immediately my mind goes to my 3 widows that are surrounded in my house that live on fixed incomes.
Provo's first female mayor takes such a huge political risk in her first year in office. And why did voters just go along with it? That's coming up on 3 Questions with Bob Evans.
And later in sports, Utah women's hoops and the Utah Grizzlies both in play on Sunday. Plus the NFC taking their turn. A couple of great games, including another big day for BYU's own Taysom Hill. But could the Saints fend off a scrappy Minnesota Vikings squad? Back in a bit.
25 receiving yards for Hill.
Fox 13's Aaron Cox, part of Utah's #1 news team. In Utah, weather swings are a part of life. Shorts, sweaters, and snowshoes can all happen the same day. So when the other guys go national, we stay local. All morning, from out here and in here. Fox 13's Good Day Utah. We stay local.
That's ridiculous. Are you nuts? They don't just keep me here because I'm a pretty face.
Weekdays at 3 on Fox 13.
Nights can be hard for foster kids, but little things like books and new PJs can help a foster child get a good night's sleep and have a chance at a better tomorrow. Help us make a difference. Visit mattressfirmfosterkids.org to make a donation today.
At Speedway, we are always looking out for you. That's why we invest in industry-leading technology like our fast and secure pumps. Equipped with state-of-the-art card readers, with the latest advances in credit card security to keep your information safe at thousands of Speedway locations. Which means when you fill up here, you know Speedway's got your back. So you can get what you need and get on your way. Official fuel of IndyCar.
Finally home. Okay, let's go.
Come on.
Yeah.
Welcome to the final days of Toyotathon. Here for a great deal.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the wait is over.
Oh, Camry. Yes.
Right now, get $1,250 cash back on a new 2020 Camry. Or get $2,500 cash back on a new 2019 Highlander. Hurry in today.
You can get a great deal too at Toyotathon, but it all ends January 6th.
Toyota, let's go places.
News breaks when it wants. Doesn't have a script, so we don't cut things short just to hand it over to network news. We stay local. Fox 13's Good Day Utah.
Here's to all
nice to meet you. There you go.
Make a couple friends along the way.
Oh my God.
Enjoy a gift of mortgage payments for the rest of 2019.
Talk about a dream come true.
It's Mattress Firm's year-end sale. Through Tuesday, get a king mattress for the price of a queen and a queen for a twin. Like a Serta Perfect Sleeper, now just $499. But don't wait, these deals end Tuesday. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
Well, gotta love the local boys done good, especially in the pros on a Sunday.
Yeah, the wild card round of the postseason wrapped up. Big day for Mr. Taysom Hill, as he's pretty much done all season. A great game, too, in the Big Easy, and let's just start Big Easy, shall we? Taysom under center to give Drew Brees a break. Minnesota's defense expecting Hill to run. Oh, no, he's going to launch. In fact, the ball travels half the field, 50 yards to Deontay Harris, which set the table for Alvin Kamara. 10-3 Saints, quarter number 2. But the home team lost the lead at the half. Dalvin Cook feeling loose. Big hole, 13-10 purple at the intermission, where Cook, he got his encore in the third. It was originally ruled short, but replay proved the touchdown. So New Orleans down 10 points now. So time to bring back number 7 for another spark here. Taysom lined up as a receiver this time. Brees has him wide open. And he was also the Saints' leading rusher in this one, even added a tackle as well, hence the Swiss Army knife label. But they needed another one. Brees this time makes a mistake. Ball knocked loose. Will Lutz did have a shot to force OT on there next time down, and he does from 49. But the thing with overtime is a coin flip often sets the tone, and it goes to Minnesota, where Kirk Cousins has his breakout moment, going deep, drops it right into the breadbasket of Adam Thielen on the Vikes' first trip down, forcing the Saints to hold him to a field goal from inside the 5. But on third down, Cousins again, this time on point to Kyle Rudolph to shock the 70,000 on hand at the Superdome. Seahawks and Eagles in the other wild card, where bad news dropped in Philly almost immediately. Carson Wentz, in a scramble for some loose yards, ends up getting hit hard on his way down by Jadeveon Clowney. Wentz would never return. The Eagles forced to bring in their 40-year-old backup Josh McCown. The rookie here out of Utah, Cody Barton, half his age, logging significant minutes, 5 tackles for him. Then next play, it's an Aggie this time. Bobby Wagner on his way to his 6th Pro Bowl later this month. Tackle for a loss there. 3-3 game till the waning seconds of the first half. And this is why they pulled Captain Skittles out of retirement. Marshawn Lynch initially held up, but second effort that gets it done. 10-3 Seahawks. The game's only other touchdown seen right here. Russell Wilson due north. DK Metcalf tumbling, but gets up and stretching for 6. 17-9 the final as Seattle visits the Packers next week here on Fox 13. While the Vikings, they go to San Francisco. The Utes lost to 4th-ranked Oregon yesterday, and the Lady Utes drew 2nd-ranked Oregon this afternoon. I show you that Kiana Moore take because at 4-2, it was the only time the Utes were ever close. Aaron Boley dials up with the Ducks already up 2 digits, and then Jazz Shelley going to hook in 2 more through the paint. A 29-10 first quarter building in the homegirls' favor from there. 88-51 as they clearly have national championship in their sights. And the Grizzlies ending a 3-game weekend set with Rapid City at the Maverick Center. The Rush starting hot with a couple of netters in the first. An early goal in the second following suit to put Utah in a hole. Tyler Coulter right there. The Grizz out of hibernation with their rally caps on. Tim McGauley on the loose. But Rapid City found the empty net late off the stick of Coulter to seal the 5-2 win, taking 2 out of 3 here in West Valley. And the sports page following up, Fox News at 9. We have everything from an Alamo Bowl update to Utah hoops and gymnastics as well, plus Utah State entertaining 13th-ranked San Diego State last night up in Logan.
And the Jazz back in town later this week.
The Jazz playing really well right now, and they're in action tomorrow. They played yesterday, got another win.
Thank you, Morgan.
Yeah.
Well, as we go to break, I want to share a photo from Michael Bowman, who was doing some snowshoeing up Big Cottonwood Canyon, hiking through some good snow, but he wants some fresh snow. We're going to get it. It's going to be piling up with a series of storms on the way. How much will fall? We'll give you a hint. Come out after the break.
Guessing you heard I was fired.
This Tuesday, The Resident returns.
Get him out of here now!
It's better than it's ever been.
Odds are the woman dies on the table.
Truly a must-watch.
You will not disobey me again, or what?
The Resident returns, Tuesday at 7 on Fox 13.
We're glad you're sharing your Saturday.
Watch Amy Nay and Brett Bolton Saturday and Sunday mornings on Good Day Utah, Weekend Edition.
Trouble sleeping? At the Mattress Warehouse year-end clearance, save up to 70% on Sealy, Serta, and other top-name brand closeouts and discontinued floor models. Go to MattressWarehouseUtah.com.
MattressWarehouseUtah.com.
Obamacare is a complete and total disaster.
Let Obamacare implode.
These wild attacks on healthcare hurt the patients I care for. I've been a nurse in New York for 30 years. I know the difference leadership can make because I saw what Mike Bloomberg did as mayor.
Mayor Bloomberg helped lower the number of uninsured by 40%, covering 700,000 more New Yorkers. Life expectancy increased. He helped expand health coverage to 200,000 more kids and upgraded pediatric care. Infant mortality rates dropped to record lows. And as mayor, Mike Bloomberg always championed reproductive health for women.
So when you hear Mike Bloomberg on healthcare,
this is America. We can certainly afford to make sure that everybody that needs to see a doctor can see a doctor. Everybody that needs medicines to stay healthy can get those medicines.
you should know he did it as mayor. He'll get it done as president.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Celebrate at Sizzler. For a limited time only, come in for our steak and lobster starting at just $13.99. Our hand-cut 6-ounce steak is perfectly seasoned and flame-grilled, then paired with a juicy 3-ounce lobster tail for only $13.99. Sizzler, so good, you'll crave an encore.
The Fox 13 News Team, bringing you an independent voice on local news.
All day, and here's what I found.
Thanks for watching Fox 13 News.
Trouble sleeping? Right now at Mattress Warehouse, save up to $700 on the Bedgear M3 customizable mattress with adjustable base. Go to MattressWarehouseUtah.com.
MattressWarehouseUtah.com.
Give in to Seinfeld.
Weeknights at 10:35 on Fox 13.
Well, getting geared up for our next storms. Of course, the weak one that pushed through northern Utah still have a little bit of an impact here in the overnight hours. Now, we didn't see much of an impact across central, southern, and most of eastern Utah. Currently, we are looking at clear skies in St. George with highs today in the mid-50s, standing right now in the low 40s. Now, along the Wasatch Front, hanging on to the clouds, we let go of the snow a little bit earlier on. We stand at 33 degrees, so if we do see any showers, of course, with temperatures this cold, it will be snow. but more light in nature. Just expect to see flurries, which that's what we mainly saw from this first wave that did hit. Now, air quality, even though we had a storm, you think that mixes things out, but it was too weak. We kept it at a moderate concern level. That'll be the situation for tomorrow and potentially into Tuesday. Improvements thereafter where, as we look long range from the Climate Prediction Center, precipitation outlook all across at least the Intermountain region, it looks like we're going to see above normal precipitation. Most of it snow, and the focus will be across northern into central eastern Utah. You move your way further southward where, as we look at these storms, at least extreme southern Utah, you're going to miss not seeing much activity, but where it needs to hit, northern, central, eastern Utah, especially the ski resorts, you're liking the results there as these storms will really keep things going as we look by the middle of the week. Now, let's look at your satellite radar imagery statewide. Northern Utah getting hit earlier on with some light snow. Again, not seeing much of an activity. Eastern, southern Utah have some patchy fog across southeastern Utah, which last night we had dense fog advisories, I should say, in place where limited visibility. That potentially could be the same situation here tonight. Northern Utah, again, we had that wave hit earlier on, light snow moving on. Now right near the Utah-Idaho border, our next wave producing some light snow currently. So traveling along I-84, Snowville down through Tremont, that light snow which could quickly accumulate on the roads there due to the temperatures. So that's potentially a concern as we look towards tomorrow morning's commute. Really extreme northern Utah, also over the canyon passes such as Sardine, Logan, where you might see a little bit of snow on the roads. Then that wave pushes on. We get a break from the snow and the storms as we look and see high pressure building in. But as mentioned, bigger storms and plural using here because as we look Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have a few waves coming through, coming in from the northwest. It's got cold air. It's got a lot of moisture, keeping active weather going even until next weekend. Let's lay it out for you. Looking at our computer models here. Got it going for here tonight. Rolling through tomorrow, again, things improve. High pressure begins to build in. We don't see much activity once we get past this little weak wave here tonight. Monday into Tuesday, we keep it clear. It's Wednesday, the next storm hits, and it looks like late morning into the afternoon. Hopefully avoiding at least Wednesday morning's commute, but the afternoon commute could look hairy there. As you can see, a lot of snow impacting northern Utah, so we're looking at the Wasatch Front, also I-80. But Wednesday, Thursday, we keep it going. It moves further south and east, avoiding extreme southern Utah. But as we look for those 2 days, at least a foot up in the mountains, valleys coming in with maybe 1 inch to 3 inches of snow. Little break Friday, looks like afternoon, but quickly behind it, the next storm hits on Saturday. So in combination, at least what the models are indicating, snow amounts for the mountains, 1 to 2 feet at least. Valleys were kind of in that range, maybe 3 to 6 inches, but we'll, of course, fine-tune that as we get closer towards these storms moving through. Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll really have an update on those numbers, but an impressive storm where it could also linger on into Sunday. So next weekend, plan accordingly where we could have snow definitely in the forecast across northern and central Utah. Tonight, maybe a flurry, waking up, actually clearing out the clouds as temperatures in the afternoon highs about where they should be for this time of year, maybe a degree or two warmer. We're in the 30s across northern Utah, a little cooler in the south. We'll see plenty of sunshine though, with just a few high clouds around. And for St. George, you're not going to see the showers. You will see cooler temperatures, especially as we look Thursday, Friday into Saturday. Northern Utah, once the snow gets going Wednesday, it continues on. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now, it's not a complete whiteout, on and off again, but decent amount of snow, a good storm for sure. And again, it's multiple storms that'll roll through even into the weekend.
Yay!
Lots to track. Yeah, I'm excited.
Happy for skiers and snowboarders.
I'm going skiing
especially.
and snowmobiling next weekend.
Okay, well, you'll have fun. Thanks, Rick.
She is the first female mayor of Provo, Utah. And in her first year, Michelle Kaufusi did what many around her said would be political suicide. She proposed a $69 million bond to replace the aging City Hall, police, and fire facilities, which narrowly passed a public vote in November 2018. In addition, she's taken on the replacement of the Provo City Airport. After 2 years in office, I sat down with Mayor Michelle Kaufusi and asked her 3 questions. Now, your husband played in the NFL. You've got two sons who play in the NFL. You have a house full of athletes. How has being around these very successful athletes and helping to shape them and their careers, how has that translated to the skills that you now use as mayor of Provo?
Well, there really is a lot of overlap, and that is a fabulous question. I think you're the first person that's ever asked me that.
Well,
so thank you.
Yes, I'm flattered.
There is a lot of overlap because when you run a household with a lot of kids that are competitive, their mom's competitive too, but in different circles, right? But we all learn the same things: teamwork, team sports, all ships rise, all those types of things play into sports, but they also play into politics. The majority of people I work with are men, and I'm a huge advocate for men. I'm not in this office to say I have a chip on my shoulder. No, men are so wonderful to work with. But there was an incident right out of the gate where there was some squabbling and quarreling going on in a meeting, and I remember sitting there and having just a quick flashback of three of my boys fighting over a sword, a fake sword made out of a stick in the backyard. And thinking, okay, this is crazy that I'm having this flashback, but you know what? Worked with the boys was we took a break, everyone left the room, we came back, we settled, and it worked with them as well, and on that situation as well.
You have been described as being warm and personable, and we can see very, very well that you are, but you also have a reputation for being tough.
I know.
What is the toughest decision you've had to make in the last 2 years as mayor?
Probably the toughest decision in the last 2 years was whether or not I go out for a bond my first year being the mayor of Provo. I don't like bonds. I think of a tax raise and immediately my mind goes to my 3 widows that are surrounded in my house that live on fixed incomes. So that was probably the toughest decision. I had to really vet it. I had to see it with my own eyes. I had to go through all those things that you go through. Is it a need or is it a want? And when I saw the need, I did a lot of outreach, called a lot of political friends and said, what would you do? And was told by multiples, don't do this. Do not do this. You will never win another office. It's political suicide. Took all that information, went in my office, sat on my couch, and first time I cried in front of my directors and my chiefs, and they were like, the mayor's crying, what do we do?
Give her some Kleenex.
And they did. I think there was 3 boxes lined up, ready to hand out. But I told them, just give me a minute, because I had to come to grips with that hard decision. Am I in this seat to have a political career? No. But am I in this seat to make the hard decisions and do the right thing? Yes. So we're going to swing for the fences and we're going to run a bond in my first year and let the citizens speak. And we threw it in the hands of the citizens and it passed.
And they spoke.
And they spoke, and still makes me a little bit emotional because I'm just honored that they would trust us.
Whenever you have a project where you're building a new facility that replaces an old one, you get to a certain point where you realize that, oh, we should have made it bigger. Are you to that point with this new City Hall project?
That's such a great question, because the minute this bond passed, the first thing we did is we did a tour starting up in Ogden and worked our way south, visiting public safety buildings and city halls and asking them all what was one thing you wish you hadn't done, or what has been the biggest problem. And almost every single one said the day we moved in, we were out of space.
Yeah.
So we're working on that, and we're hoping to be able to meet that. We're planning on doing Sheldon space, and we're protecting ourselves with a couple protections. But I did, at my directors meeting last month, tell them all, okay, you have 2 years, start going through your stuff. Because we've got to be real careful what we move into our new building.
When will it be finished?
The projected timeline is about 2 years from now is what we're hoping.
Well, Michelle Kaufusi, Mayor of the great city of Provo, thank you so much for being part of 3 Questions.
What a treat. Thank you.
To watch Bob's full interview with Provo Mayor Michelle Kaufusi, including whether she plans to run for a second term, you can go to fox13now.com to hear the full interview in podcast form. Just download it wherever you get your podcasts.
Texas needs someone like you, an outsider, to build something of true excellence.
This crew can't just be good, they gotta be the best.
Oh, the good Lord sure took his sweet time with you, didn't he? Fall back! Fall back!
911, what's your emergency?
Nobody wants high car prices. Nobody needs big payments. And nobody likes to be told no. Get what you want at Larry H. Miller dealerships. You want low prices, low interest rates, no money down. You want to hear yes. Come in, see our huge selection. Find the answer you've been looking for. Test drive a car now. Larry H. Miller dealerships. Online at LHMauto.com. Driven by you.
As a struggling actor, I need all the breaks that I can get. At Liberty Mutual.
Cut.
Line.
Cut. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Cut. Liberty. Am I allowed to riff? What if I come out of the water? Liberty Bibbity.
Cut. We'll dub it.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
When I suit up for a game, I dress to win.
In a great fitting suit from Mr. Mac. Now during the winter clearance, save on men's suits. Single pant suits start at $179. Two pant suits start at $229. Stock up on quality slacks, buy one, get one half off. Save on shirts, ties, and a huge selection of sports coats. Plus find red tag savings throughout the stores. Dress to win at Mr. Mac, the home of fast free alterations.
A lot's changed since you were here.
It's called the internet. I'm gonna hit start now, okay? Whoa!
The future's looking bright.
It's a Happy New Year online.
Those are so last year.
Next live, Rose Byrne, plus Jeopardy champ James Holzhauer.
I've been foiled.
Monday at 10 a.m. on Fox 13.
We saw your brave statement, not Nick, and we'd like to invite you on to tell your story.
But are you sure you're ready for that?
Are you kidding me? I was born for this.
Almost Family, all new Wednesday on Fox.
This is Fox 13 News.
Finally on Fox 13, the city of St. George celebrating its 158th birthday this coming weekend.
So to celebrate, city leaders will naturally serve free root beer floats at Social Hall Parlor next Saturday. Admission to the Sand Hollow Aquatic Center, the Recreation Center, and the Art Museum will all be free. What more could you ask for?
Give me a good root beer float.
None.
Yeah, nothing. Thanks for watching Fox 13 News at 9. Quick cast coming up next. Sports page after that. Have a good night.
Fox 13, your #1 station for local news.
Obamacare is a complete